Hi everyone, welcome back to GK Today. Sia here and very good morning. Hope everyone is doing fine here. We are discussing the most important current affairs of 1st of July 2025. And today India celebrates two major national observances including the National Doctor Day and the GST Day. And the topic that we are discussing including a major operation launched by the DRI to target the illegal import of Pakistani origin goods that Pakistan was doing with the help of third party, the Dubai. The Registrar General of India, the first petrol vessel, and it is by the Goa shipyard for the Indian Coast Guard. We will discuss the India's first green data center. In the sports news, we will discuss the World Police and Fire Games and the Women's Hockey India Master Cup update. In place and news category, we will discuss the Falkland Island. In a scheme category, we will discuss a recent scheme by the Union Environment Ministry and the Tribal Ministry. An initiative that is Amrit and a major operation by the CBI. In organization, we will discuss the Asian Infrastructure Investment Bank, the Kharai Camel, and the Adi Karmi Yogi program. Raw was in news just because of its recent secretary appointment. A project that is Ratle Hydroelectric that is disputed, and the third missile system, and Employee State Insurance Corporation. We will discuss India recently has sent its first ever consignment of 1 metric ton of rose tinted lychees and that country, the Mobile Biosafety Level 3 Laboratory, and the recently inaugurated National Turmeric Board by the Amit Shah. Here we go. And all these questions, they are from the Daily 20 MCQ series that is available in GK Today application. The first one, what is the name of the operation launched by Directorate of Revenue Intelligence to target the illegal import of Pakistani origin good? So a recent operation by DRI, and that is option number C, Operation Deep Manifest. So recently the Directorate of Revenue Intelligence seized goods worth about 9 crore under the Operation Deep Manifest. Operation Deep Manifest was launched to stop illegal import of goods from Pakistan that were routed through third countries' involvement, mainly via Dubai, in the United Arab Emirates. After the Pahalgam terror attack, India imposed a complete ban on direct or indirect import or transit of goods from Pakistan, and earlier such Pakistani origin good faced a 200% custom duty. But recently, with the help of Operation Deep Manifest, the DRI seized containers of Pakistani origin goods at the Mumbai port, and that is Nhava Shava port, illegally rerouted via Dubai. So basically here we are discussing two major points that is associated with the Directorate of Revenue Intelligence and the Dubai. So the Directorate of Revenue Intelligence, basically it is the apex body that manage the counterfeit of money and the smuggling of the goods, and it's their headquarters. It is located in New Delhi. Their establishment year was 4th of December 1957, and it functions under the CBIC and related with the Ministry of Finance. Here the CBIC, it is the Central Board of Indirect Taxes and Customs, the implementing agency of the DRI, and the functions under the Ministry of Finance. And just because of their recent operation, the Deep Manifest, it was in news. The second point, that is about Dubai. Basically Dubai, it is one of the Emirate of the UAE. Generally we all know UAE is a group of 7 Emirate, and here we are discussing the 7 Emirate of UAE including the Dubai. The first one and the largest and the capital of UAE, and that is the Abu Dhabi. That is the capital and the largest in area among the 7 Emirate of UAE. The second one is Dubai, the business hub, and that is the main industrial area of the UAE. The third one is the Sharjah, the cultural center of the UAE. The next one is the Azman, the small coastal emirate of UAE. The next one is Al Quwain, and basically it is lesser populated emirate among the 7. The last one is Fujairah, and the only emirate on the Gulf of Oman. Point to be remembered, the only emirate of the UAE that is located nearby the Gulf of Oman and nearby the Strait of Hormuz. Moving on, here we are discussing some major operation that was launched recently by the India and by the world. What is the name of the evacuation operation launched by the Indian government to rescue Indian nationals from Iran, and that is Operation Sindh. What is the name of the operation launched by Iran in retaliation against Israel's Operation Rising Lion, and that is Operation True Promise 3. And in retaliation against USA, and that is Operation Bashar al-Fatah. Which country has launched a military action called Operation Rising Lion? That was by Israel. What was the name of global cyber operation conducted by Interpol? And that is Operation Secure. Bushehr plant is first and only operational nuclear power facility of which country? And that is of Iran. What is the name of the operation that is related with the Amarnath Yatra and launched by the Indian Army? That is Operation Shiva. And a major operation by Ukraine to target Russian airbase, and that is Operation Spider Web. Moving on the next one. In place and news category, we are discussing the Falkland Island. So Falkland Islands recently seen in news are located in which sea, and basically they are the part of South Atlantic Ocean. Recently, this island was in news because researchers discovered a buried ancient forest under the Falkland Island, which grew before human or ship ever arrived. And the Falkland Island, it is also known as the Malvinas Island, and basically it is an internally self-governing overseas territory of the United Kingdom in the South Atlantic Ocean, and it is disputed between the Argentina, the major South American country, and the UK, but currently ruled by the UK government. Basically, the Falkland Island, it is divided in two major islands, and that is the Eastern Island, the Eastern Falkland, and the Western Falkland. And the capital of the Falkland Island, and that is the Port Stanley. It is the current capital of the Falkland Island and the largest town of the Falkland Islands, located on the East Falkland. Right? So just because of recent studies, the Falkland Island was in news. Here we are discussing a major strait that is nearby the Falkland Island and a major connecting point between the Atlantic Ocean and the Pacific Ocean, and that is Strait of Magellan, just because it is located nearby the Falkland Island. So which ocean body is connected to the Atlantic Ocean through the Strait of Magellan? And that is the Pacific Ocean. Here the role of Strait of Magellan, basically it is a separating point of the Chile and the southern South American country, and you can mention in the comment box the name of the southern South American country that is separated by the Strait of Magellan in the Pacific or Atlantic Ocean. Right, moving on the next one. Here we are discussing some other question that is related with the place in news current affairs. Vakala cliff, which was seen in news, is located in which state? And basically it is a part of Kerala. Mount Levotobi, that was recently seen in news, is located in which country? And it is the part of Indonesia. The Mayotte territory, which recently witnessed cyclone Chido, and basically is situated in which ocean? And it is the part of Indian Ocean. Sagar Island, it is associated with West Bengal. Mount Levotobi, Laki, and it is related with Indonesia. Chuk Valley, it is the part of the Arunachal Pradesh. Al Jof region, and it is located in Saudi Arabia. Moving on the next one. The next one, what is the name of the recently approved pilot scheme by the Union Environment Ministry to manage human-tiger conflict? And that is Tigers outside of Tiger Reserve. So recently the Union Ministry of Environment approved funding for a pilot scheme called Tigers outside of Tiger Reserve to reduce human-tiger conflict. The aim of the scheme, basically it aims to improve protection, monitoring and conflict management in areas where tiger live outside protected tiger reserve. Basically it is supported by the major authority, and that is the CAMPA. CAMPA here stands for National Compensatory Afforestation Fund Management Planning Authority, and it was launched in some 2004. And with this the funding for this project, and that is of some 88 crore rupees until 26-27. So the scheme has a total budget of 88 crore rupees, and it is based on data showing that around 30% of India's tiger population live outside official reserves. Overall, here we are discussing the CAMPA. Basically, the need for CAMPA arose from the Supreme Court's directive, and a major act is associated with CAMPA, and that is of 2016, and that is the Compensatory Afforestation Fund Act, which was passed in 2016, and two major bodies was founded within the CAMPA, and they are the State CAMPA and the National CAMPA. Overall, the managing body, the funding body for the tigers outside of Tiger Reserve, and that is CAMPA under the Union Environment Ministry, whose cabinet ministry is Bhupendra Yadav. Moving on, the next one, who has been appointed as the new Secretary of Research and Analysis Wing, RAW, and that is Parag Jain, a 1989 batch IPS officer of Punjab cadre. And recently the government appointed him as the new Secretary of Research and Analysis Wing, and he will replace Ravi Sinha, whose term ends on 30 June, and He will start on 1st of July. Currently, he leads the Aviation Research Center, known for gathering key intelligence during Operation Sindoor. Overall, here we are discussing a main agency, that is RAW, Research and Analysis Wing. Basically, their founding year was 21st September 1968, post 1962 and 1965 Pakistan-China war. And their headquarters that is located in New Delhi. The first director of RAW, and that is Rameshwar Nath Kao, the founding member of the RAW. The current chief, that is Ravi Sinha, and recently replaced by the Parag Jain. And overall, the main role of RAW, basically with the help of RAW, the India conducted its first major nuclear program, the Operation Smiling Buddha, in 1974. RAW played a key role in the Operation Meghdoot, that is related with Siachen Glacier, in 1984. And overall, with the help of Prime Minister Indira Gandhi, RAW was formed in 1968. Moving on, the next one. Where has India recently sent its first ever consignment of 1 metric ton of raw scented lychees? And recently India sent its first ever consignment of 1 metric ton of raw scented lychees to Qatar from Pathankot, Punjab. Qatar, where recently Iran launched the Operation Bashar al-Fatah to target the American air base that is located in the capital of Qatar, and that is Doha, nearby the Gulf of Oman. So recently the Commerce Ministry called this a big achievement, showing India's strength in the global fresh fruit market. And the helping agency here, and that is the APEDA, the Agriculture and Processed Food Product Export Development Authority, with the help of Punjab government and local farmers. Overall, here we are discussing the APEDA. Basically, APEDA functions under the Ministry of Commerce and Industry. Point to be noted. And their establishment year, that was 1986. Moving on, the next one. A recent disputed project, and that is the Ratle Hydroelectric Project, and is situated on which river? And that is the Chenab River, which is a part of the CGI, Chenab, Jhelum and Indus, the western flowing river towards the Pakistan, as per the Indus Water Treaty 1960. So recently India rejected a supplemental award issued by a court of arbitration on the Kishanganga and Ratle Hydroelectric Project, calling it illegal and against the Indus Water Treaty 1960. Basically, the court of arbitration that we are discussing, it is an ad hoc international dispute resolution body under the Indus Water Treaty 1960, with the help of the World Bank, the mediator, used when bilateral talk fails between India and Pakistan. Overall, the discussion point, the Ratle Hydroelectric Project. It is a run-of-the-river project located on the Chenab River in the Kishtwar district of Jammu and Kashmir. And basically, here we are discussing another project that is also disputed, and that is the Kishanganga Hydroelectric Project, which is also part of the IWT 1960. And Kishanganga Hydroelectric Project, it is located on the Kishanganga River, tributary of Jhelum in Jammu and Kashmir. And the Ratle Hydroelectric Project, it is located on the Chenab River in Jammu and Kashmir. And overall, just because of the suspension of IWT, the Indus Water Treaty, here the Court of Arbitration statement of the supplemental award that recently rejected by the India's External Minister S.J. Shankar. Moving on, the next one. Here we are discussing the RGI, the Registrar General of India, who conducts the census in India. Basically functions under which ministry? That is the Ministry of Home Affairs, whose cabinet minister is Amit Shah. He is also handling the Ministry of Cooperation. So recently, the Registrar General of India asked all states to ensure that mothers receive birth certificates of newborns before being discharged from hospitals, especially government-run hospital. And the Registrar General of India was set up under the Ministry of Home Affairs and is also the Census Commissioner of the India. And just because of their recent update about the birth certificate, they were in news. Moving on, the next one. What is the name of the first fast petrol vessel inducted under the 8 FPV project for the Indian Coast Guard? So basically here we are discussing a major project between the Indian Coast Guard and the Goa Shipyard Limited. And answer is option number C, Adame fast petrol vessel. So recently Adame, the first fast petrol vessel, the FPV, under the 8 fast petrol vessel project at Goa Shipyard Limited was inducted into the Indian Coast Guard in Goa. And Adame here is the first of 8 vessels being built by Goa Shipyard Limited under the prestigious 8 fast petrol vessel project. Overall, it is a major collaboration between the Indian Coast Guard and the Goa Shipyard Limited. The other FPVs that is the part of the 8 fast petrol vessel project, including the Akshar, the Akshay, Amulya, Achal, and the Adame and the other one. Overall, last we had a discussion on Akshay as well, the FPV, the 5th FPV of this prestigious 8 fast petrol vessel series that is launched by the Goa Shipyard Limited on 6th of Jan 2025. Moving on, the next one. Where is India's first green data center being established? So here we are discussing the first of its kind initiative, the India's first green data center, and recently it is inaugurated by the UPCM, that is Yogi Adityanath, and the Union Minister of State for Science and Technology, the Jitendra Singh. So recently they both laid the foundation stone for India's first green data center, and its location basically is at Sahibabad, Uttar Pradesh, and the project is worth around 1000 crore and will have a 30 megawatt capacity with advanced energy efficient and eco-friendly system. Overall, India's first green data center, and recently it was inaugurated at Ghaziabad in Uttar Pradesh and exactly at Sahibabad, right? Moving on, the next one. Which country is the host of 29 World Police and Fire Games, the WPFG? So here we are discussing a major international game. And recently, India announced that it will host the 2029 World Police and Fire Games in Ahmedabad, Gandhinagar, Ekta Nagar, and the Gujarat. Basically, all the towns are related with the Gujarat. The event will have over 10,000 athletes from police, fire, customs, and correctional services from 70 plus countries. And with this prestigious event, India joins previous host nations like Canada, Australia, and the USA, marking its presence in global sports. Overall, 2029 host country for the World Police and Fire Games, and that is India. Basically, the inaugural event of World Police and Fire Game, and that was in 1985, and it is a biennial event. Moving on, the next one. Which is the nodal ministry for the Atal Mission for Rejuvenation and Urban Transformation Initiative? So here we are discussing an initiative that is Amrit. Basically, it was launched on 25 June 2015, and with 2025, recently India marked 10 years of the Amrit initiative, and that's why it was in news. Basically, its main focus is to improve urban life. So Amrit focused on water supply, sewage treatment, urban mobility, and green spaces in 500 plus cities, prioritizing services for urban poor. And here in 2021, Amrit 2.0 was also with a budget of 2.99 lakh crore, aims for universal water and sewage coverage. Overall, the nodal ministry for the Amrit, and that is the Ministry of Housing and Urban Affairs, whose cabinet minister is Manohar Lal Khattar. Moving on, the next one. Who has been elected as the new president of the Asian Infrastructure Investment Bank, the AIIB? So here we are discussing a major organization, and basically its focus point is the infrastructure development in the Asia region, and their headquarters basically it is located at Beijing in China, and recently it wasn't new just because of the recent president appointment. So Zhou Zui, recently she was appointed as the new president for the Asian Infrastructure Investment Bank at Beijing in China. Basically, she is China's former vice finance minister, and she will succeed founding president Jin Liqin and begin her 5-year term on 16th of January 2026. Overall, the AIB, its establishment year was 2016. It focuses on sustainable infrastructure, and China is the largest shareholder with 26.54% of voting share, while India holds 7.58%, followed by Russia and Germany. Overall, you have to remember another organization, and that is the Shanghai Corporation. Basically, their headquarters is also located at Beijing in China, and India is one of its members. Moving on, the next one. We are discussing a major species in news that is endangered by the IUCN, and that is the Kharai camel. So the Kharai camel is native to which state? So basically they are from the Gujarat, native to Gujarat. So despite orders from the National Green Tribunal, the NGT, the apex body, illegal salt pans and creek encroachments still threaten the Kharai camels of Kutch district of Gujarat. And the Kharai camel basically is native to Gujarat, and basically they are the salt loving animal, and their uniqueness, they can swim for over 3 kilometers in deep sea to graze on mangroves. Overall, the IUCN status for them, so classified them as endangered category. Moving on, the next one. What is the name of the operation launched by CBI to combat cybercrime involving mule bank accounts? So here we are discussing a major operation that has been implemented by the CBI, and that is the Operation Chakra 5. So in a major action against cybercrime and digital arrest scam, the CBI launched searches at 42 locations across Rajasthan, Delhi, Haryana, Uttarakhand, Uttar Pradesh under Operation Chakra 5. And the investigation found over 700 bank branches that had opened about 8.5 lakh mule accounts without proper KYC check or risk assessment. Overall, Operation Chakra 5 was started by the CBI, and other operation that is for child sexual assessment, and that is also by CBI, and that is Operation Hawk. So you have to remember two major operations that is associated with CBI, that is Operation Chakra 5 and Operation Hawk. And recently, just because of a major action against cybercrime, the Operation Chakra 5 was in news. Moving on, the next one. Which state won the Women's Hockey India Master Cup 2025? Here we are discussing the first edition of Hockey India Master Cup and their winners. Basically, it is hosted by the Chennai in Tamil Nadu, and recent winner of the Women's Hockey India Master Cup, and that is Odisha. And Odisha defeated here the Hockey Punjab. And in man category, the winning team is the Hockey Unit of Tamil Nadu, and basically they defeated the Hockey Maharashtra. And currently, it was the first edition hosted by the Chennai in Tamil Nadu, and the hosting stadium, that was Radha Krishnan Hockey Stadium in Chennai, Tamil Nadu. Overall, it is the first of its type initiative. Moving on, the next one. Which ministry has launched the Adi Karma Yogi program to bridge gap between tribal welfare policies and real implementation? So, here is a gap between launching a scheme and its real implementation, and for that a recent program by the Ministry of Tribal Affairs, and that is Adi Karma Yogi program. So recently they launched the Adi Karma Yogi program at the Adi Anveshan National Conference to bridge gaps between tribal welfare policies and their real implementation. The program aims to build capacity among 20 lakh field level stakeholders by training state, district and block level traders. Overall, the responsible cabinet minister here, and that is Zual Oram. Moving on, the next one. THAAD missile system was developed by which ministry? By which country? So here we are discussing a ballistic missile system, that is THAAD, and that was recently used by United States of America in Israel-Iran war. So the US used 15 to 20% of its THAAD missile stock to defend against Iran during a 12-day conflict as per the recent data. Overall, the key agency that is developing the THAAD missile, and that is the Lockheed Martin, US-based defense organization, the Lockheed Martin, and they are manufacturing the THAAD missile defense system in the United States of America. Moving on, the next one. What is the name of the scheme recently approved for relaunch by the Employees State Insurance Corporation, the ESIC? We are discussing the relaunching of ESIC. First of all, previously it was launched in 2016, aimed to increase ECI coverage across India, and previously registered over 88,000 employers and 1.02 crore employees. And recently, the Employees State Insurance Corporation, the ESIC, approved the relaunch of the scheme to promote registration of employers and employees from 1st of July to 31st of December 2025. And that's why this question was in news. Moving on, the next one. Here we are discussing a major laboratory, the MBSL-3, and it is developed under which mission? And that mission is Pradhan Mantri Ayushman Bharat Health Infrastructure Mission, which is implemented by the ICMR, the Indian Council of Medical Research. So recently ICMR decided to expand its mobility biosafety level 3 laboratory network to boost India's outbreak response and public health. The first lab, that is also called the Rapid Action Mobile BSL-3 Advanced Augmented Network, the Ramban, and basically it was deployed during the outbreak of the Nipah virus in 2023. Overall, recently ICMR decided to expand the AMBSL3 laboratories all around the India so that India can be prepared for the outbreaks and their public health impact. Moving on, the next one. The next one, where is the headquarters of National Turmeric Board located? And that is Telangana, and recently inaugurated by the Amit Shah, and that's why this question was in news. Overall, the board, it will streamline turmeric export, eliminate middleman role, the mediator, and promotes the health benefit globally. And just because of the recent inauguration by the Amit Shah, this question was in news. Moving on, here we are discussing the quiz of the day, and that is related with the India current affair that you have to mention in the comment box. So with this, we are wrapping up this session. Hope you have found it useful and productive. And for more information, you can check the description box just below the video. And thank you for watching.